Hello and welcome to Andy and Kate's Allotment. I'm Andy and welcome to our YouTube channel. First of all, I'd like to say welcome to anybody who's new to the channel. Basically what my aim is it's more like a vlog really than a instruction, although I do like to pass on any pieces of information that I get. Because I think it's important that people learn from people that are already doing it. So, as I say, welcome to my YouTube channel. Love you to subscribe. Love you to share with other people what I'm doing. What this is the February allotment tour. Things have changed a little bit, even though you might think, well, you only did the January allotment tour at the end of January, beginning of February. Because like everything else, things change, and I'll show you what's changed. Plans have to change. If it's one thing that I can say to you is that you can have all the plans you like, but then when you come to actually implement them, things can throw a spanner in the works and to make things so you have to change and adapt, which is part of the excitement, really, I suppose, if you like. The fact that you do have to change. Something that I do want to say is that I've seen quite a lot on social media where people are on Facebook sites and the like, asking questions because they don't know. And I'm a big believer in that you don't know what you don't know, and and people can be a bit funny and a little bit critical of people that ask questions. So what I intend to do is a set of videos that are, I'm going to call them jargon busters, things that may well be very, very basic. But terms that we use, abbreviations that we use in allotment gardening and vegetable gardening in particular, and I intend to do probably 3 videos with each with a different, a few different topics, probably all related, but moving on from each other, so that people can. If they don't feel comfortable in asking, or they've asked and have felt that they've been made to feel a bit daft, then what I want is for these videos to help, because, as I say, you can only know what you know, and if you don't ask the questions, or somebody doesn't give you the answers to the questions that are in your head, then you don't know. And you're never going to benefit from the knowledge of other people. So that's what I've decided to do. So keep an eye out for those. They'll be coming. I'm going to dot them over the year. Probably, as I said, about 3. Anyway, enough waffling from me. I'm going to take you around the allotment. So here we are at the compost. You can see that the bed on the left is just chugging along nicely now. No heat. I'll just show you the temperature. It's sort of below 10 degrees. Well, I'm not worried about that during the winter, because, as you can see, a lot of it has already started to decay and to compost down. So I'm quite happy with that. The next bay there I've started to fill. I'll come on to where most of that has come from in a bit, but you can see that it's a lot of grass, a lot of weedy things that I've had to dig out. So if we look down the allotment, you can see it's a lovely day today, considering it's the 18th of February. It's cold, but as you can see, lovely and sunny and clear. So the bed on the right, you can see that I've giving it a good hoeing down, cleared all the weeds, and what the pieces of wood that you can see is I've tried to start to divide it up into areas. So you can see there's the area at the end that's going to be, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to put in there yet, but that area there is a good area for one type of vegetable. Then moving all the way up here is where the brassicas are going to go. So I've got two types of cabbage. I've got some calabrese and I've got some cauliflower, and they're all going to go nicely spread out from that piece of wood all the way down to there. So then, then what I've got is another section here, and that's again, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to put in there yet. I think what I'm going to put in there is the onions that I'm growing from seed. I've grown some two types of onions. One's more like a show onion, Bedfordshire Champion, and then I've got another one that's Ailsa Craig, that's more just an eating onion. So I think I'm going to put them in there, just thinking on the hoof. Then this section here, right at the end, is going to be where my potatoes are going to be, coming round onto this bit here. So I've got two lots of early potatoes, a first early and a second early, that are at home chitting. So that's going to be where these are going to go. So probably these are going to be where the second earlies to the end, and then first earlies over at the back. What I was talking about before, where you have to adapt your plans, is I had this as my salad bed last year, and because at the time I was adopting no dig, then what I did was I just put a layer of compost, well, it was composted horse manure actually, over the top, put some cardboard down, and basically treated it as a no dig bed, and nothing really happened, and I didn't really know why until today, when I was preparing the bed. I was going to put some wild flowers in there, and I still might, just sow them on the surface. But underneath, there's the previous allotment owner, or the one before that, had put some really thick layer of carpet underneath, and it wasn't wool, so it hasn't rotted down. So it's still there. So basically, what it's doing is it's stopping the roots from being able to go right down into the soil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that to just go back to grass, which it will do over a period of time, and not try and use that for any kind of cultivation, because as I said, I've got this extra bed here, which again had some carpet but not as much, which I've managed to get out, and I've put what you can see over there, right to the back of the screen there, is the carpet that I took out. So onions, again, nothing really startling happening. These are the red onions, but they are starting to come through now, as are some of the weeds, so I need to have a little bit of a weeding session, as I do with the brown onions. These are all from sets that I planted in October, so they've just been in there overwintering, looking a bit sorry for themselves, but the weather seems to have warmed up a little bit now, and they're going well. So then, I'll take you around there so I don't get the shot. garlic. I have mentioned before, this was just supermarket garlic that was going cheap at the supermarket, and I just planted the best cloves, the fattest, juiciest cloves of garlic, and yeah, as you can see, they're looking really good. So they're just gonna, again, chug away for the next 4 months till June, maybe, something like that. So yeah, pleased with that. This bed is one that I've been doing today, and again, if I can give you any kind of help and advice, should I say, then don't put carpet, don't do what you can see here. I need to get these bits out, but it's polystyrene. So obviously this bit was used as a path, and somebody's put a layer of weed membrane down under the soil, put some soil on top of it, along with a layer of, I presume they're old polystyrene ceiling tiles, and put them down to keep the weeds up, to keep the weeds away. But you know, I again made this bed, and I've had to dig. So you know, you can set out again as a no-dig gardener, but then when things like this happen, the only way to get rid of that polystyrene was to dig it out, and that's what I've had to do. So even though it's disturbed the soil, I think it's better to do that and it have to recover, rather than it having a layer of polystyrene in that I don't really want in there. So as I say, that's a no-dig bed that I've had to dig, just purely for the reason that I've just said. So moving further on, further round, stumbling about a bit. If we go round the back of the shed, this is the newest bit that I've started to cultivate, and this used to be, if you look to the back of the screen, you'll see thick brambles, and all of this section was like that. And so what I did at the end of last year was I got the hedge cutters and I cut this section down and completely got it there down to ground level as much as I could with the hedge trimmers. Then I did this section earlier on last year and put some black polythene down. You can see the black polythene at the back, and that's ended up like that. So that's all the brambles that have all died back over a period of 12 months, and this is going to be the path around the outside of the next bed, which is there. Now again, I've dug just purely and simply to get rid of the roots of the brambles out of the soil, because it's very difficult to cultivate anything with all the bramble roots in there. So I've just taken all those out, and what this is going to be is this year's squash and pumpkins. So all what you see there, so that in there is going to be a big bed of pumpkins and squash, which I think will be ideal. So as I say, that's where I am with February. Let me know what you think about the videos that the Jargon Buster videos. If you think that they're a good idea, if you think that they're not, then please let me know in the comments below. And as I say, I'd love you to subscribe. But that's all for this month. So from me, it's happy gardening, and see you next month.